a complete pair of glasses. Now you can afford an amazing selection of today's latest looks. Get half off a complete pair of glasses. Hurry in now and save. Vision Works. Why pay more?
When you want the whole story, count on the combined resources of CBS 4 News and the Miami Herald, working together every day to cover your world.
Do you believe in love at first sight, or should I walk by again?
That is not smart. What is smart is shopping at CarMax. With thousands of cars priced at $12,000 or less, the right one for you is ready today.
So, is she the one?
I love her. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax, the way car buying should be.
Do you have loose or missing teeth? Smile with confidence again with dental implants from Atlantic Florida Dental. With 12 months of no-interest financing, what are you waiting for? Call Dr. Thomas Schopler and the team at Atlantic Florida Dental today, 954-920-2881.
Maximize your tax return for smart tips to get more cash back, even where to go for free help. Just visit cbs4.com/taxes.
As President Obama heads on his first foreign trip, some state governors are saying thanks but no thanks to the stimulus money. Even in these desperate times, we'll ask one of them why. Scandal and panic as nervous investors scramble to get their money from Stanford Financial Group. Where is the man accused of the $8 billion fraud?
I'm not angry. That's not going to do me any good. But I feel very betrayed.
An exclusive interview with two victims and a whistleblower. New evidence in the Kaylee Anthony case. Does it really link her mother to the murder? And is the octuplet family facing foreclosure?
Well, my retirement check goes every month. It's just gone.
What's the family up against? Early this Thursday morning, February 19th, 2009. Good morning, I'm Harry Smith, along with Julie Chen and Maggie Rodriguez, and more details are becoming available on the relationship between the chimpanzee and the owner. Some of it is kind of creepy, quite frankly, and we'll have more on that in just a little bit.
Also ahead this morning, all week long, you have heard my exclusive interview with the grandmother of the California octuplets, where she admits that they are financially strapped with now 14 children to take care of, but she's optimistic that everything will work out. Well, documents we are just receiving reveal that the Suleiman family is facing foreclosure. So many people out there can relate to that, but imagine 14 children and no place to go. We're going to talk about this latest development in this saga.
Also ahead this morning, our continuing series, Heart Score. Are surgical procedures often unnecessary? We'll have the latest research and tell you what questions you need to ask your doctor before you have a surgical procedure. But first, President Obama heads to Canada today on his first foreign trip since becoming Commander-in-Chief. CBS News senior White House correspondent Bill Plant joins us with details. Good morning, Bill.
Morning, Julie. Well, he's been in office 30 days now. Maybe it's time to get away, go abroad. It'll be a short trip, though. In any case, he'll be in Ottawa on the ground for less than 8 hours. Nonetheless, there are plenty of issues to discuss with our neighbor to the north. A major topic in the president's meeting with Canadian Prime Minister Harper, Afghanistan. Mr. Obama's decision this week to send 17,000 more U.S. troops comes as Canada is signaling that it wants its troops out of Afghanistan by the end of 2011.
We're going to have to use diplomacy. We're going to have to use development. And my hope is that in conversations that I have with Prime Minister Harper, that he and I end up seeing the importance of a comprehensive strategy.
Canada and the U.S. are each other's biggest trading partners. During the campaign, President Obama pledged to renegotiate the North American Free Trade Agreement, which has increased trade, but which critics say has led to big job losses in Midwestern states. Any modifications to the pact could hurt Canada's economy, which is also in trouble.
Even as we take steps to strengthen the U.S. economy, that we are doing so in a way that actually over time will enhance the ability of trading partners like Canada.
And the president will also try to ease Canada's concerns over the Buy America clause that is in the stimulus bill. Because as the president told Canadian reporters, the bottom line is it's not in anybody's interest to diminish trade. Maggie?
Bill Plan at the White House. Thank you, Bill. Let's talk more specifically now about the stimulus bill. Some Republican governors have questions and concerns about the measure. We're joined by one of them, Governor Mark Sanford of South Carolina, head of the Republican Governors Association. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning.
It's no secret that Republicans, many of them, most of them in Congress, don't support this, but a number of Republican governors do because it offers so much aid for the states. Why don't you?
Well, I think that what I've said and what a bunch of other folks have said as well is that, one, there are real strings attached that I think actually hamper your ability to implement the use of this money. Congressional Budget Office has pointed out the fact that there's a real lag time in actually getting this money into the economy. And I think that a problem that was created with too much debt will never be solved by adding yet more debt. So I think that there are a number of different wrinkles that have caused a number of us to say, wait a minute, let's take a look, a long look at whether or not this really makes sense for our state.
Even if it takes a while to get the money, how do you justify, let's say, not taking it to your constituents when in your state, for example, in December had the third highest unemployment rate in the country? Don't you need the money?
Again, being against it doesn't preclude taking the money. So again, we're going to look at it, but what you find when you actually begin to look under the hood is that some of those strings that attach mean you got to go spend a lot more money that you don't have to be eligible for the funds. For instance, on the unemployment component, you'd have to, for the first time, offer unemployment benefits to part-time workers. That's something our state has never done, though the Unemployment Commission itself has gone and asked for $140 million from the feds and asked yet again for $170 million from the feds to keep up our current level of benefits payable.
You say you're against it, but you still might take the money. Do you realize how some people might think that you're putting ideology ahead of the interests of your constituents?
Well, I'd say it's the reverse. If we take the money, in other words, I've made my ideological stand.
But if you're so against it, why take the money?
Don't think it. Because ultimately I represent more, almost 5 million people in South Carolina, and the stand that I take against a bad idea, and again, I've tried to sprinkle as many tacks in the road in terms of trying to slow this freight train that has been coming our country's way, that I think will have bad ramifications and will not solve the economy. In fact, it's done the reverse. I think it's effectively frozen up private capital, which is the real economic stimulus of our country. But I've taken those stands. Now, when you get to the point where we're at now, we did not stop it. It passed, and we're going to take a judicious look at parts that we like, parts that we don't like, all that we like, none of that we like, and make a decision here over the weeks ahead.
Governor, in the last seconds, do you think that the new foreclosure rescue plan will help people in your state?
I suppose you throw enough money at any problem, you're going to help some folks. The question is, will you harm others? Because there are no free lunches in life. And I think that there's a real moral hazard component that goes with doing what is proposed here, because a lot of folks that do play by the rules, who have been paying their mortgages, are going to feel like the sucker at the birthday party, as the neighbor down the street may end up with benefits that they don't have.
Governor Mark Sanford, thank you very much for your time this morning.
My pleasure.
Russ Mitchell is off today, so Chris Raggi of the Saturday Early Show is at the news desk. Good morning.
Maggie, Harry, Julie, good morning to you, and good morning to you at home. President Obama says his $275 billion mortgage relief plan could protect as many as 9 million homeowners from foreclosure. The president unveiled his proposal yesterday. This morning, Housing Secretary Sean Donovan told me the administration did what it needed to do as soon as it could.
It's really too bad that a year or more ago we didn't take action, because there's no question that the problem has gotten worse. But we believe that we had to act. The president made that clear yesterday. We've acted quickly. We've acted decisively.
Funding would come from the $700 billion financial bailout bill passed last fall. A woman in Connecticut remains hospitalized in critical condition this morning after being viciously mauled by a chimpanzee on Monday, and police are still trying to determine what set off the attack. Michelle Gielan reports.
Sandy Harold, the owner of Travis the chimpanzee, says she keeps reliving the horror of her pet attacking her best friend.
It's a tragedy on both parts, for my friend and for him and me.
Her friend Charla Nash managed Harold's towing business, where Travis the chimp was a mascot.
He was my life. I raised him since he was 3.5 weeks old.
Harold is a widow who fed Travis steak and lobster and even let him sleep in her bed.
I cooked for him, I shopped for him, I lived with him, I slept with him.
But on Monday, something went terribly wrong. Travis was agitated, and police say she gave him Xanax, hoping to calm him down, just minutes before the attack.
He's killing
and my friend!
Travis had escaped from the house, and Harold called Charla Nash for help. But Nash, with a new hairstyle, waved a stuffed toy unfamiliar to the chimp.
The only thing I could think of is that he thought that she was going to harm me or whatever.
Harold grabbed a knife and stabbed her beloved pet.
For me to do something like that, put a knife in him, was like putting one in myself. And then he turned around and, like, Mom, what did you do?
Police arrived and shot and killed Travis. Nash suffered gruesome bite wounds and remains hospitalized in critical condition. Michelle Galen, CBS News, New York.
Those are the headlines for now, guys. Let's go back to you.
All right, there you go. You know, Dave has just been working amazing stunts all week, right?
From secret locations.
Right.
Oh, whoa.
This could be a new low, though.
No, new high. Because he is literally the fiddler on the...
There you go. That's a clue. I'm sure that's a clue.
Dave, at least try to go with the rhythm. You're like, wah, wah. It should be a little more festive. Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to do so many things at once here. All right? This is getting harder and harder and harder to go undercover.
We're very impressed.
What we did, well, hold on. What we did was we dressed up as peasants from Tsarist Russia.
All right.
And no one in the neighborhood recognizes us. It's unbelievable.
And the fact that you're on the roof is not unusual either, right?
Not at all. Not at all. They don't even know it.
Oh.
So I dressed up as a fiddler on the roof. That's right. Let's take a look at your forecast. More of the Singing Family Face-Off coming your way in just a minute. Let's pull up the maps and see what's happening. We have some biting winds rolling through sections of the Midwest. We are going to see temperatures in the 20s in some locations with wind chills down to 0. We had major winds yesterday in Georgia doing some damage. Much of the rest of the country quiet, beautiful in the desert Southwest, and that's a quick look at your national maps. Here's an early look at what's going on in your area.
Good morning to you, South Florida. We do have quite a bit of severe weather moving into the Panhandle. You can see all these tornado watch boxes prompted today. This cold front's actually going to cool us down for tomorrow, but today, a 10-degree increase from yesterday's high temperature. You'll definitely notice the difference out there. Warmer conditions. We do have a little bit of patchy fog out there this morning, so travel cautiously. 66 degrees for the most part this morning, 84 this afternoon, 73 degrees this evening. Maybe a shower on the breeze. 84 degrees, though, going to be warm. Have a great Thursday.
Harry, we'll be back to you.
Here in Anatevka,
We can't wait.
We'll
Thanks
see
so
you
much.
with more
All right,
of the
terrific.
Singing Family Face-Off soon.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks so much. Up next, the Stanford financial fraud scandal, our exclusive interview with 2 victims who lost everything and a whistleblower fired for asking questions. Also ahead is the family of the California octuplets about to lose their home, and new evidence in the Kaylee Anthony murder case, how duct tape could convict her mother. This is The Early Show on CBS.
I'm taking an antidepressant, but I think I might need more help.
Approximately 2 out of 3 people being treated for depression still have depression symptoms.
I'm on an antidepressant, but I'm still not where I want to be with my symptoms.
If your antidepressant alone isn't enough, talk to your doctor. One option your doctor may consider is adding Abilify. Only Abilify is FDA approved to treat depression in adults when added to an antidepressant. Learn more about Abilify. Call your doctor if your depression worsens or you have unusual changes in mood, behavior, or thoughts of suicide. Antidepressants can increase these in children, teens, and young adults. Elderly dementia patients taking Abilify have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor if you have high fever, stiff muscles, and confusion on Abilify, as these may be signs of a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, as these could become permanent. High blood sugar has been reported with Abilify and medicines like it. In some cases, extreme high blood sugar can lead to coma or death. Other risks include dizziness upon standing, seizures, impaired judgment or motor skills, or trouble swallowing.
Adding Abilify has made a difference for me.
If an antidepressant alone isn't enough, talk to your doctor about the risks and benefits of adding Abilify.
The bill for dinner out with a family of 4 is around $45. Instead, try a new Bertolli oven-baked meals dinner from Walmart for less. Have a restaurant-quality meal at home once a month and save $425 a year. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Critics are raving about Coraline, grade A,
fascinating.
I knew it was real.
And this weekend, get your last chance to see Coraline in eye-popping 3D. Coraline, from the director of The Nightmare Before Christmas, rated PG.
Mortgage rates are close to historic lows. Refinance with Lending Tree to consolidate your debt and lower your monthly payments. Lock into a great fixed-rate mortgage today and let the Leaf work for you. Lending Tree. When banks compete, you win.
Sometimes a security blanket isn't a blanket at all. The Kenmore Elite HE5T steam washer cleans clothes better than any other washer. Why would you choose anything else? See it in action at kenmore.com. Kenmore, life running beautifully.
You're watching The Early Show, right here on CBS.
This Friday, Carl's Furniture will open at 2 p.m. We're retagging our showrooms for an incredible 24-hour sale. Every item in every showroom will be marked down 40 to 60%. All your favorite designer name brands are on sale at their lowest prices ever. Even Bernhard and Martha Stewart will be 50% off. Plus, pay nothing till 2010. It begins Friday at 2 p.m. It ends Sunday at 6 p.m. Save 40 to 60% on everything at Carl's Furniture.
Where is Texas billionaire R. Alan Stanford? A lot of people would like to know. They'd also like to know where their money is and if they'll ever see it again. The latest of this developing story from CBS News correspondent Bob Orr.
As federal agents press their fraud investigation of Texas billionaire R. Alan Stanford, nervous customers swarm Stanford-related banks in Venezuela and Antigua, demanding their money.
The defining moment of world history.
Stanford is accused of bilking up to $8 billion from 50,000 investors spread through 131 countries. But the flamboyant Texas billionaire has not yet been charged with a crime. And while his whereabouts is unknown, Stanford is not technically a fugitive. But his lavish lifestyle has officials worried that he may try to hide. Stanford's sprawling financial empire includes 6 airplanes, offices around the world, and homes in Antigua and the Virgin Islands.
And I'd like to thank the Stanford Financial Group.
Officials say Stanford's high-profile lifestyle has been part of his appeal. He's hobnobbed with politicians, funneling $1.7 million to their campaigns since 2000. He's shelled out big money to sponsor sporting events, athletes, and charities. Last November, for example, Stanford flaunted his wealth and his brand name when he posed with a $20 million prize he posted for a Caribbean cricket tournament. Now he's in hiding, leaving his customers worried they'll never see their money, and his own father wondering what went wrong.
It's very saddening and heartbreaking. At my age, it hurts.
Sources say criminal charges are not imminent, but with this case coming on the heels of the alleged Bernie Madoff scheme, there's strong pressure on the Justice Department to make Stanford pay. Bob Orr, CBS News, Washington.
And we are joined by Mark Tidwell, a former Stanford financial vice president, who says he saw warning signs 3 years ago and is suing the firm for wrongful termination. Also in our studio this morning with us, Kelly DeHay and Ron Danielson, who invested with Stanford Financial. Good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
Mark, let me start with you. When did you first think, things are not kosher here?
Well, there was a pattern that was developing. It began in May of '05. And then in summer of '06, a couple of events took place that got us concerned. And then
And when you
March
confronted officers at the company with these things, what did they say to you?
They told us everything was fine. They said that this was a part of a routine inquiry, that we shouldn't be worried about it, that we should reassure our customers that everything was okay.
And as it turns out, as this inquiry was going on, some fines were levied, but they were like $10,000, $20,000, literally a drop in the bucket. It's barely even, it's such a tiny little penalty. What did that make you think?
Well, that seemed to go along with the things that they were telling us. It was such a small fine that obviously with that small of a fine, it couldn't have been that big of a deal.
All right, let me talk to Kelly and Rod here. What made you decide to invest with Stanford in the first place?
We had our financial advisor left another company and went to Stanford.
Right.
And we had a lot of faith and we had a lot of confidence And the most important, we had a lot of trust in him.
Had a lot of trust in the guy who sold you the stuff.
Correct.
And what kinds of returns were they talking about? Was it exorbitant, or was it like the Madoff thing? Something steady, something reliable? What?
Right. I mean, we first invested in CDs in middle 2006, just to diversify away from mutual funds and stocks.
Right.
And at that point, the rate that they quoted us was 8.25%,
Right.
which at that time, U.S. banks, I think, were paying somewhere in the order of 6%. So we didn't
seem exorbitant or anything
exactly,
else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they told us that despite it not being regulated by U.S. authorities, that they had higher reserve margins than any U.S. bank.
Right.
That it was very safe.
It all looks so good.
Exactly.
Did it feel too good to be true? Because they always say
No.
it seemed reasonable.
We looked, everything seemed reasonable. We had no reason to try to make extra. This was just another tool that we felt, another vehicle that we were.
And what percentage of your savings did you plow into there?
About 20%.
And you?
Probably 15%.
Okay. So when you went back in the last week or so to say, okay, I'm hearing all this trouble, let me cash out of this, what did they tell you?
That accounts were frozen for 2 months.
For 2 months? Same with you?
Yes.
Yeah. And what is your response now that you see what has transpired?
It's a little horrifying to put confidence, especially after hearing Mark this morning and say that there were issues back in 2006, and it sounds like it was before we became investors. And I'm just hoping our financial advisor did not do this to us for a fee and a recurring fee each year. Because the brochure did say that.
Wow. So he'd just be peeling off season after season after season after
Correct.
season. Wow. Are you surprised to find yourself here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, ironically, we thought these CDs were the safest thing in our portfolio when we were seeing mutual fund and stock
things going south.
Going south.
We thought we'd made the best decision.
Apparently not so. Thank you very much all for joining us this morning. I do appreciate it. We'll be right back. You're watching The Early Show on CBS.
This portion of The Early Show is sponsored by Walmart. Save money. Live better. Walmart.
The bill for dinner out with a family of four is around $45. Instead, try a new Bertolli oven-baked meals dinner from Walmart for less. Have a restaurant-quality meal at home once a month and save $425 a year. Save money, live better. Walmart.
You saw me get ready to take this spot.
She did the crime. Tomorrow, she'll do the time.
So you believe in getting even? Hell to the yeah.
Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail, rated PG-13. In theaters everywhere tomorrow.
Why are we sitting here?
Not sure exactly. They said we should wait.
It looks so nice.
I want one, Mom.
Me too, sweetie. Me too.
If you're waiting for the right time to buy a home, the wait may be over. Mortgages are available and interest rates are low. The National Association of Realtors wants you to know that homeownership is an investment in your future. Talk to a realtor to learn more about your local market. Every market's different. Call a realtor today.
I'm Lucy Romberg. I'm a free runner, a national champion gymnast, a martial artist, and a stunt woman. If you want to be incredible, eat incredible.
Eggs. Incredible energy for body and mind.
Unlock a magical world where all your cat's favorite flavors, including real carnation milk, come alive. Friskies feline favorites. Feed the senses.
Remember when all your skin needed was a moisturizer to keep it looking young? Well, your skin can work that way again.
Neutrogena Ageless Essentials Continuous Hydration, a new generation moisturizer. Its clinically tested ingredient goes 9 layers deep to treat the root cause of dryness, reactivating skin's natural moisture.
I knew a younger me was there, and now I get to see it.
New Neutrogena Ageless Essentials Continuous Hydration, like you again.
Mid-afternoon, it's sugary versus smart, and you have a choice to make. natural soy joy outlasts the sugar rush. Win the battle, conquer the day. Soy joy. Whole soy, real fruit, longer lasting energy.
You're watching The Early Show, right here on CBS.
Get in there so I can get a picture.
What if he wakes up?
They hibernate, dude.
Oh yeah, hibernating.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is not smart. What is smart is shopping at CarMax. With thousands of cars priced at $12,000 or less, the right one for you is ready today.
Let me get a picture.
Oh yeah.
Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax, the way car buying should be.
Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is on her way to South Korea this morning, the third leg of her Asian tour. Before leaving Indonesia, she appeared on a popular music show for young people. The host asked her to sing, but she shook her head.
Here is the problem. Okay. You see all of these people, if I start to sing, they will leave.
No! Clinton is not likely to be asked to do any singing in Korea, but we can keep our fingers crossed.
And Obama's a superhero in Indonesia. Can't wait for his visit.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
And good morning at 7:25. I'm Jim Berry live in our CBS 4 studios. If you're looking for work, today could be your big day. The New Birth Baptist Church will host a job fair in Miami today. It happens at the New Birth Enterprise from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's located at 8400 Northeast 2nd Avenue. More than 3,500 organizations are going to be on hand. Actually, 35 organizations. If you're going, you must dress professionally. Governor Charlie Crist got an earful from South Floridians worried about the economy. At a packed town hall meeting Wednesday, the governor said Florida is on its way to economic revival. He is banking on the state getting $12 billion from the president's economic stimulus bill. The governor also pledged billions toward education and state infrastructure. A Homestead police officer in jail this morning. Officer Jeremy Smith accused of kidnapping a teenager at gunpoint last April in southwest Miami-Dade. Smith allegedly wanted the teen to take him to find the officer's stolen dirt bike. The bike was later found at another home. Smith's girlfriend was also arrested as an accomplice. They face several charges and could get life in prison if convicted. Now for a quick check of traffic. Smack dab in the middle of rush hour, we check in with Christina Loren. Christina.
Good morning to you. Yes, and if you don't want an accident, it's in the Golden Glades southbound on 95 where we have one right now. Let's take it live to Chopper 4. We have delays building here. The crash isn't too bad. It's actually in the clearing stages now, but you can see cars here traveling very slowly through the area. And as we take you live to 151st Street, take a look at the delays as a result of that accident. Give yourself some extra time. Might be one of those mornings where you're going to be better off taking the turnpike in the Golden Glades if you're heading into Dade County. Meanwhile, we have no delays taking place right now. I-95 at Griffin Road. Traffic here moving up to speed both ways in Broward County. For CBS 4 Traffic, I'm Christina Loren. Back to you, Jim.
Thank you so much, Christina. Lisette Gonzalez is hanging out at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival, keeping an eye on the burgers and an eye on the weather.
Good morning, Jim. Good morning to all of you at home. As you can see, I'm live from the Ritz-Carlton Miami Beach, where the Big Burger Bash is going to be kicking off the South Beach Wine and Food Festival tonight. Rachel Ray is going to be hosting this big event. You can see the tents behind me. That's where all the chefs from around the country and even from around the world are going to be cooking up and grilling and broiling some delicious burgers. And in addition to that, the festival takes place all weekend long. Let's get to your weather forecast for today. It is so spectacular right now outside. Right here on the beach, the upper 60s, 60s across the rest of South Florida. In terms of the rest of the day, warming things up to around 84 degrees, the old record 86. So the heat is on. It's going to be sizzling out here on South Beach and all across the rest of the Sunshine State. But we're going to be in for some big changes. As you can see, we've got a strong cold front moving across the Panhandle. Could see some severe weather there. Not here in South Florida. It'll be really warm and breezy today, but by tomorrow, due to that cold front, temperatures are going to be dropping. So it'll be chilly to start. By the afternoon, it'll be comfy. The 70s for the most part, below average. And here's a look at what's going on tonight. Overnight, the 60s closer to the coast, 50s inland. Here we go with the weekend forecast. As you can see, warming it up today, but then cooling back down tomorrow, even chillier Saturday morning when you wake up. The 40s for some inland locations by the afternoon, the lower 70s, the upper 70s on Sunday. And then yet another cold front moves through. Monday to Tuesday, temperatures will be dropping, and we're seeing the lower to mid 70s. A whole lot of action taking place. All of your favorite celebrity chefs, culinary personalities from the Food Network, Top Chef will be taking over Miami Beach. We're talking about wine tastings, food demonstrations, and of course the Big Burger Bash today, Bubble Q tomorrow. So much going on. Go to cbs4.com/local for all the info. Back to you, Jim.
All right, thanks, Lisette. Great weather and great food, an unbeatable combination. We'll be back with another update in about half an hour. And for updates any time of day, just log on to cbs4.com. Now back to more of The Early Show.
At Lauderdale BMW, the new 2009 3 Series is in stock with 0.9% financing. Plus, buy now, and BMW will make your first 2 payments. At Lauderdale BMW, in 2 locations, Fort Lauderdale and Pembroke Pines.
77 million children go online every day. 1 out of 7 will be solicited for sex.
Florida Attorney General Bill McCollum.
Our cybercrime unit is doing everything possible to catch these predators, but we need the help of parents and grandparents. Your help. My office is presenting a cyber safety program in our middle schools and high schools. Log on to safeflorida.net and learn how you can help protect Florida's children.
Sponsored by the Florida Department of Legal Affairs.
At Lauderdale BMW, drive the car you've been dreaming about. A certified pre-owned by Lauderdale BMW with 0.9% financing, plus 6 years or 100,000 miles warranty. At Lauderdale BMW, in 2 locations, Fort Lauderdale and Pembroke Pines.
Authorities in Florida have come out with a list of evidence from the Caylee Anthony murder case. This morning, we're speaking with our CBS News legal analyst about what this means as we welcome you back to The Early Show.
Also ahead this morning, the California family, the family of the octuplets, could be in danger of losing their home to foreclosure. Way back on payments. We'll have the very latest on that.
Also coming up, 2 new studies about heart stents that may surprise you. Plus, 3 questions you need to ask your doctor to avoid an unnecessary heart procedure. But first, Chris Raggi is in for Russ Mitchell at the news desk. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning once again, guys, and good morning to you at home. President Obama is visiting Canada today. It's his first foreign trip since taking office. He'll discuss trade, energy, and the environment with Canada's Prime Minister. More bad economic news. The Federal Reserve says the U.S. economy will shrink 1.3% this year, and unemployment may go as high as 8.8%. And a newspaper cartoon is drawing angry charges of racism. The cartoon, published by the New York Post yesterday, seems to compare President Obama to that crazed chimp in Connecticut. That's a quick look at the headlines. Now let's go back over to Maggie. Max?
All right, Chris, thank you. Authorities in Florida have released evidence, hundreds of pages of documents and photos, in their case against Casey Anthony, the Orlando woman accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. We're joined this morning by Lisa Bloom, a CBS News legal analyst. We're going to go through this. Lisa, good morning.
Good morning.
If you hear from the state attorney, they say that this evidence clearly points to Casey Anthony. But when you hear from the defense, they say if you dissect it, it really doesn't.
It's very important to remember this is a one-sided release of evidence. This is the law enforcement side. And there's a gag order in the case, so the defense can't really respond. They gave a limited response yesterday, but their real response will be in the courtroom.
Exactly. So let's go through some of it ourselves. First of all, the state attorney says that the duct tape found at the home is similar to the one that was found covering Kaylee's mouth. They also found similar duct tape on a gas can at the home. The defense has said if there are no fingerprints on this duct tape, what does it mean?
Well, I think this is very important evidence for the state because this is duct tape that was found over the mouth of this little girl, also a heart-shaped sticker on top of that duct tape. And there's a match, according to the state, to duct tape and children's stickers that were found inside the home. So it certainly seems like the killer started out inside the Anthony home.
What about this diary that they found? The state attorney points to an entry in a diary of Casey Anthony where she says, I hope the end justifies the mean. I feel that I made the right decision. And they say it was dated June 21st.
That's
the
right.
family says, yeah, June 21st, 2003, before little Kaylee was even born.
Right. This is going to be critical. What is the time frame of this diary? Was it made in 2003, which would be before little Kaylee was ever born, or was it June 21st, 2008, 5 days after the little girl went missing? Because if that's so, when Casey, the mother, says, I'm very happy, I've never been so happy, I have no regrets, it makes her sound like a sociopath. Now, what I would expect is the ink in the diary can be stamped, it can be dated by forensic scientists, and they can tell when exactly those entries were made. So that will be critical, I think.
So if they're able to determine from the ink the date, that could be
Yes, and the
damaging
paper.
or helpful, depending on what it shows.
Exactly.
Let's talk about laundry bags they say were found at the house and at the crime scene.
Yeah, this is also
that conclusive?
very disturbing. Not conclusive, but another little piece of evidence for the prosecution if it holds up in court. The little girl's remains were found inside of a plastic bag, inside of a laundry bag, and those items have now been matched to items inside the home.
Could the defense question all of this forensic
Absolutely.
science?
What they said yesterday, which has really been underreported, is that there was a big National Academy of Sciences report just released yesterday, a blistering report attacking crime labs and forensic evidence. And there's no question that there are serious problems. Now, Linda Kenny Bodden is one of the defense attorneys in this case. She's a very skilled scientific examiner. She's partly responsible for Phil Spector's jury hanging because of the attacks she made on the forensic scientists in that case. Many people thought that was a slam dunk case, so you can expect a big battle over the science, and you can expect that NAS report to be coming into this courtroom.
All right, Lisa Bloom, thank you for your insight this
Thanks.
morning. If you would like to see photos of this evidence and more on the case, just go to our website. It's earlyshow.cbsnews.com. Now let's go over to Harry.
All right, thanks very much, Maggie. Let's go back to Dave. Do I hear a fiddle? Do I hear violins? Oh, no. Okay. Oh,
No.
Oh, phew, sorry.
We've moved on and we've changed locations, Harry, but it was a brilliant first move.
It was.
Because the family was looking out of their house early this morning,
Right.
but they couldn't see us. Why? Because we were on top of their roof. Once again, brilliant strategic
And a
planning
step
on the
ahead
part
of
of
me,
CBS
too.
Now.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now, Harry, you're probably wondering to yourself, hey, why is Dave dressed as the Marlboro Man right now?
Right.
Well, it's a clue as to where we are with the Singing Family Face-Off today. It has brought us to this lovely community where we're going to select our next family. It is the community where Wrangler was founded and is based. Dolly Madison is from here.
Yeah.
And if we have the picture, please, someone who means a lot to
Ed
both
Murrow.
you and me, Ed Murrow is from here.
Actually,
Now,
the only
just
other question I
thinking-
was asking, Dave, was why you're standing in the middle of the street.
Well, Harry, we're in the middle of the street because we don't want to identify any particular homes.
Oh, okay.
Because if we were to go to one side or another, we might give away exactly where we are and blow the surprise for the family.
Right, wouldn't want to do that.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why we're here. Let's take a check of the weather. We'll tell you where we are and introduce you to our singing family coming up at 8 o'clock. In the meantime, let's see what's happening. Biting winds and certainly cold temperatures for the Midwest right now. And east of the Great Lakes, you've got some snow showers as well. The only rain we see across the country, particularly concentrated in areas of the southeast, across the peninsula of Florida, really nice in the west. Much of the country, rather quiet. And that's how we like it. That's a quick look at the national maps. Here's an early look at what's going on in your area.
Good morning to you, South Florida. We do have some patchy fog to start this morning, so give yourself some extra time and take it easy on the roadways. Meanwhile, take a look at all the severe weather that's pushing into the Panhandle this morning. All of these are tornado watch boxes and warnings, and that means we're going to see a severe weather day up here. Make sure you tune into David Bernard tonight. He'll have those tornado reports for you. Now, for us today, about a 10-degree increase in temperature from yesterday's high, 84 degrees, well above average for this time of year, 73 degrees this evening with a breezy shower. Have a great Thursday.
That's it from here, somewhere. Maggie, the big Singing Family Face-Off comes up at 8 o'clock.
You stumped us today. The last couple of days we've kind of known from the clues, but we don't know where Ed Murrow was born. Is Fiddler on the Roof a clue or just shtick?
What do you mean shtick? We don't do shtick. I'm a weatherman.
Oh, right.
What do you take me for? I'm insulted.
Yes, you're a no shtick guy. Thanks, Dave.
Absolutely.
Coming up next, why the family of the octuplets could lose their home and a warning about scam artists who prey on homeowners facing foreclosure. Here on The Early Show on CBS.
Murray.
I gotta go. Hey, Dad, we already did your taxes.
I had some people take a second look at my return.
Oh, yeah?
And you made some mistakes.
Maybe they made.
They got me a bunch of money you missed. I'm not mad. I just won't be using you anymore.
I totally understand.
See you in 38 days.
The H&R Block Second Look Review. We found mistakes on 4 out of 5 returns prepared by someone else. This year, get it right the first time.
Can you validate my parking?
Thermacare wants to know, where does it hurt?
my aching back.
Target the pain with Thermacare heat wraps. Thermacare is clinically proven to deliver real heat that penetrates deep to relax tight muscles all day. Try Thermacare heat wraps and wear it where it hurts.
Robitussin knows one of the reasons we cough is to help clear away mucus. Robitussin DM Max has a double dose of the medicine that helps clear mucus while also controlling your cough. Robitussin DM Max, double the strength against mucus for a reason.
We're traveling around the country to see what people think of today's Maxwell House. Made with 100% Arabica beans.
Better. Richer. It is awesome.
Woo! Ruby says awesome.
I like the package. You could hold it. You could even, weightlift with it.
Good just got great.
Wiggle your day with Jell-O sugar-free gelatin. It's 10 tasty calories, loved by lips and hips alike. Jell-O, because every diet needs a little wiggle room.
I'm Lucy Romberg. I'm a free runner, a national champion gymnast, a martial artist, and a stunt woman. If you want to be incredible, eat incredible.
Eggs. Incredible energy for body and mind.
For a pure clean, there's one clear choice. All Free Clear 2 times concentrated detergent. Free Clear's powerful stain lifters give you just what you need and nothing more. Unlike most detergents, All Free Clear eliminates these ingredients that may lead to irritation, perfumes, dyes, preservatives, enzymes. All Free Clear leaves a pure clean. It's the #1 detergent recommended by dermatologists for sensitive skin. All Free Clear, the pure clean.
Unlock a sensory wonderland, overflowing with an amazing combination of 7 tantalizing flavors your cat craves. Frisky's signature blend. Feed the senses.
Did you recover a murder weapon at the scene?
No, the weapon is still missing.
Guns registered to the congressman.
You gotta be kidding me.
Didn't you testify that my client was the most likely suspect?
Yes, I did.
You still stand by your own conclusion?
No, I can't.
This morning, a potential problem looms for the family of the California octuplets. They may lose their home to foreclosure. The 8 babies still hospitalized in Southern California may not have a house to come home to. The Suleiman family home is facing possible foreclosure. Documents show Angela Suleiman is more than $23,000 behind in mortgage payments. Suleiman told us exclusively she's strapped for money.
Well, my retirement check goes every month. It's just gone.
With 14 grandchildren and 3 adults, the only breadwinner is the grandfather.
Nadia's not working right now. She gets some disability. She was getting disability because she was injured on her job, but that's also gone.
This isn't the first time the family's faced foreclosure. Still, when we spoke with Suleiman, she remained optimistic.
I think love is the main thing here. When they know they're loved, things will work out.
Angela told me that she is willing to come out of retirement and go back to teaching if they need extra money. But Nadia, she says, will not work because taking care of 14 children is a full-time job. Up next, are surgical heart procedures often unnecessary? Questions that you should ask your doctor. This is The Early Show on CBS.
I got a feeling Benny talked.
You want me to take care of it?
I think it's time we let everyone know what happens to people. Let everybody know what happens to...
Isn't it time for a serious breakfast? The Denny's Grand Slam. A great deal on a real breakfast. Seriously.
Available now on demand. Sometimes a chance encounter is the chance of a lifetime. Order Nights in Rodanthe on demand. Available on digital cable, satellite, and game consoles.
Bacon? Gotta get that bacon! Yummy, crunchy bacon, bacon, bacon! There in that bag!
Who wants a bacon strip?
Me, I'd get it myself, but I don't have thumbs! Yum, yum, it's bacon! I love you.
Bacon strips. There's no time like bacon time.
Do you know what causes most colds? The rhinovirus. And it's just waiting to run you down. Used to be, the only way to deal with your cold was to cover up the symptoms, but the cold was still there. Zicam is different. Taken at the first sign, Zicam is clinically proven to shorten a cold. So don't let a cold run you down. Get over it faster with Zicam. And knock out congestion fast with Zicam Extreme Congestion and Zicam Intense Sinus Relief.
Question, how many of you know what you spent on coffee this morning? Okay.